Hi, I'm Dana, and you're getting a really fast intro like this because this was meant to be a vlog. So I didn't originally record an intro, and then it became a 2-day thing of me hand sewing a dress. So I didn't do an intro. I just showed you like making my morning cup and my little chores and stuff. And then I decided not to include that because it's about making the dress. But then I realised I don't have any sort of intro or context or anything going into it. So here you have it. Here's the context. This is probably more so a body doubling video than like when you want to sit down and watch. But I think it's fun because I've sort of shared as much as I kind of like my creative process. And I hate saying that, it feels so like pretentious and ridiculous. But like I made a dress from scratch. I made my own pattern. I've done my whole own thing. And you get my thoughts on what I'm doing, and I think it's vaguely interesting, and I like having a record of things like this on my channel. So do with that what you will. Enjoy. Angle. Yeah, it's fine. It's hot. I'm too hot. I don't really have any warm weather clothes. I mean, I do. I own like these shorts, but I don't want that much of my legs out. And I've been thinking lately that I would actually like more skirts. So I don't know what that stain is, that's not very nice. But I've dug out some of all the fabric that I have, as well as these shorts, to make like a really easy skirt, because I can just do the waistband and fabric, and it's a skirt. You're still quite angled, but we're going with it. I'm also thinking, if I find the open part, wherever that might be, down, oh, it has got poppers on it, that's not ideal. How much do I care? Otis, please give me like 2 minutes. Do I care about the poppers? I think I will have to like actually hem it myself. And that side's blank, so what's on this side? Oh, that's more fun, isn't it? And the black border too. I don't know if this is the right fabric after all, actually. Yeah, this would be a really good dress. I do have a dress that I could trace to make a pattern, and it wouldn't be that hard to do. This is becoming a whole project. See, I do think it'd be fun to have this part in, maybe like on the side, you know? Because I would like it to be a little bit longer than this one is. So let's lay it out and see where it is. If it was going to be there, oh yeah, I could well get it then. This could be really cool. Oh no, I do want it a little bit longer. And I also want seam allowance, so it would fall to like, I call it that. That's got the whole bottle on there. That looks really cool. See, and like the front and back of this are the same. It's just that the front has some little dots that I'll be able to add. And also a slightly more scooped neck that I can just cut out later. So I think I am just going to attempt to get this fabric completely flat. Trace it with a Sharpie because that's probably all I have. And just literally cut it out, insert it together, and then like cut the neck and hem it. I do kind of want to do an actual pattern. Like if my wrapping paper is wider than my dress, I will actually make a pattern. Oh, it definitely is, isn't it? It is. We're making a pattern. So I decided it would be fun to do a little voiceover and tell you a bit of what I'm doing and what's going on and the like in the bits that are quiet. So I've had this bedsheet for genuinely like probably like 4 years now. I bought it at some point when I was out with my mother, and I've kept hold of it because I was like, I'm going to do something with it eventually. And it's one of those things where I try really hard not to do that, but I still do it all the time. And I really annoy myself with it because it's one of those things where I will I will get around to it. It might take me several years, but I am going to get around to the thing that I intend to get around to. I don't know what it is yet, but I will when I get around to it. And I do. And so I keep letting myself just keep things. And especially because, like, I've never made a pattern before. This is my first time ever working with or creating a pattern. I just know that I'll watch a load of videos, and in like 4 years, I'll want to do it, and I'll just be able to do it because I watched it that one time and I just absorbed it and I get it and I can do it. And maybe that's not how things are meant to work, but I find that it is how they work for me. It really works out, and I'm gonna keep doing it because it
How long
works.
would this be? Oh yeah, I'm not. That's too long. Standing up makes me dizzy. That was not fun to me. So I'd want it up to like here. Great measuring. Is that? Just a little bit more. Because then with a seam, with a hem. Yeah, that'll be good. And then how much of this would that be? Oh, that is literally perfect. It was made for this. Incredible. It'll be that way. So if I fold it, I need to fold it right around here, because then I can cut it like here, and then have plenty of seam allowance, and it'll be front and back. Okay. Then the back will just be the plain bit, and I think that's fun. Okay, no, I am going to, I'm this far in now. I'm gonna just do it properly. I'm gonna take these apart so that I don't get the stain on my new dress that I'm gonna put a load of effort into. Oh my god, I hate doing this to myself. I wish I hadn't started this now.
I might be vaguely ignoring the bits in between, but that's part of it as well from what I've just said, like in the voiceover combined with this, is that so often I don't even want to do it. Like I don't want to actually do it. I regret starting things, but I just have to. It's got to be done, you know? I don't know. It's weird. I just have to.
Should I be brave and try to use the sewing machine instead of hand sewing this and make it like an actual real thing? How cool would that be? I think I might, you know. I've never actually managed to like properly use a sewing machine before. So I'd have to practice on something first, but I reckon maybe I could. See, but the thing with having folded it in half is that the fold isn't where I need it to be. Which was, you know, like here-ish. So I can take it from there-ish. And do that again. But it'll be different. I think that's too far over. Yeah, and it's really off centre as well. Okay, we do it again. It's fine.
I will give one like positive trait that I think I have is like a really healthy level of perfectionism where I will stop and be like, doing it like this isn't going to work nicely. Doing it like this isn't going to be the easiest option. Like I need it to be good enough, you know? But I think a lot of other people's good enough isn't good enough. So then people think I'm a proper perfectionist. When like, no, I just need it to be right for the thing that's in my mind. And the thing that I have in my mind is something that I think is within the range of what I can do.
I'm really nervous about cutting this out because my scissors aren't very good. So I am going to pin it to the fabric and then cut it out. Oh, it's moving. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking cut it. Oh my god. No. Did that get you? Are you okay? What was... No, I need to look at... This is why I told you to leave. Are you okay? Are you all good? No, Otis, that really frightened me. That really fucking spooked me. To be fair, yeah, they're not really sharp enough to have done anything, so that's boding really well for cutting this fabric nicely. And I'm going to briefly try my other scissors because they're really not good. Ow. I feel like I might want a bit more flounce to the skirt, so I am going to leave like a really big allowance here. And get a little bit closer in. I still want a good hand allowance. Seam allowance? Seam allowance. I told you this isn't a tutorial. I haven't made anything in years. So in my head, I'm thinking that I want to cut off extra and have like a flap almost on the back, so that it looks like it's exploding up and over my shoulder. I feel like I can figure out something with that and it could be kind of fun and cool. Yeah, I don't actually want to do that. And I can always add it later. I will still have that part and it won't be that different, you know. It wouldn't be that weird to have a seam. And I'm going to leave my shoulders like way off, just to make sure I have enough room to make it sit like I would want it to. So it feels like it's going to be really tight, like incredibly tight, like I haven't left nearly enough seam allowance, like my pattern is really fucked up. So I feel like really defeated and sad and like I want to quit now. But I feel like if we just add plenty to the back piece, we might be okay. I am gonna pin it before I sew it, and if it doesn't fit at that point, I'm just going to kill myself. So that's that. I am kind of wondering if I do actually want the back to still be this fabric. It could be kind of fun to have that as the bottom. What if I try to get that on it? And I'm trying to keep on all the time, but my laptop screen's gone down. I should be fucking mad really getting ready for like this moment, to be honest with you. But I am also thinking that I would probably like some sort of sleeve to it so that I can wear it without needing to wear something over it. And that would be really cool as a sleeve. I really like having mismatched sleeves, and I think if one was like the black striped bit and one was that part, I would like that a lot. So maybe we don't do that part. Maybe we do try and go lower. But anyway, I can actually like fold this in half nicely now. See, I think just from the width of it, I would need to do this side, this end as the top. But like I said before, with the idea that like exploding it from a shoulder, that could be fun. Wait, where is it? I'm gonna have to use this one as a pattern anyway, because I've gone off pattern, off the original pattern. What was I looking for? I got black on one side, so I actually think I'm okay if I get black on one side of this as well. I'm fine with that. So I can actually get a little bit more of it. Okay, I might get some black on the top part as well, but like I said, if I'm going to do mismatched sleeves and one of those is going to have the black, I think I'm actually okay with that, and I think it'll look quite cool. So I need to fold this in perfectly in half again. Okay, yeah, it doesn't actually fit like that. It is going to have to be the way that I was going to do it and then thought was wrong, but was actually what I was trying to do. And that's it. Oh, if I can, I can get the stem on the glass, on the strap. That'll look really cute. I like that. I like it.
So continuing with my little perfectionism rant, yeah, I don't think I'm like what people think of as a perfectionist because I do get to a point where I'm happy with things, quite frankly, you know? And I might know that the thing isn't realistically perfect, but it's what I thought I would be capable of, and I've done the thing that I wanted to do. So, like, I'm not going to say it's perfect because I know someone else could do it better, but it is perfect for what I set out to do. And I'm perfectly happy to accept that and go with that, you know? So I do feel like there's a level of perfectionism and sometimes making things harder for myself, but I feel like it is worth it in the long run because I end up with something I'm actually happy with. You know, I don't know. I feel like perfectionism gets a bad rap.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's about how it'll fit. Cute, right? I should have taken it back off over the top. What did I do that? When the sides are sewn is when I will focus on the top. I can turn it inside out as well, like right way out, but like, okay, I am going to be incredibly brave and try to use the sewing machine. I've never ever successfully used one. I'm just gonna get it like set up to a point and then leave it for in a bit when I have more time and I don't have something scheduled.
And for everything that I've said about perfectionism and just being able to do it, because I've looked at it and I've watched it happen, I have never in my 28 years of life managed to use a fucking sewing machine. They don't work. I don't understand them. How are people making them work? That no, I don't get it.
This is for another day, I'm gonna hand sew it. Okay, we're going to make dinner.
I did have dinner because eating while I watch something with the Discord has become a major part of my routine, and it means that I actually eat every single day now. Mostly still just once, but you know, I eat. It's good.
So I've I am hand sewing it indeed. That's the sides. I've done both of them. We're gonna find out if it actually fits me and if it's actually a dress and if it works at all like it did in my head. That's a whole last dress, isn't it? I'll need to sort these, but that is indeed going to be a dress. It's not a bad length either, I think. Especially once I hem it, I'm actually gonna be happy with this. Obviously I fully have my pyjamas on under it, but I think this is gonna work. And like that's the side from the outside. I don't feel like I'm doing too bad. I feel like this is working. And seeing it with honestly just a baggy t-shirt sleeve, I feel like in the fabric obviously that could work. I'm not upset by this at all. Okay, let's sew these up. And I'm gonna look up patterns for like a fun puff sleeve, but if it looks too hard, I think I will just trace a t-shirt sleeve and attach that. Okay, so this is my dress when I don't have pyjamas on under it. I am getting tired now, I feel like you can hear that in my voice. I kind of want to go to bed, but I kind of feel like it's just a night dress if I don't do sleeves, and especially like the shoulders are landing in such a good place for like a puff sleeve, you know? It looks so good. I also am going to do a V-neck at the front, I've decided. I think it'll look good with like the way the stripes are maybe. I want it to be a V-neck, I don't want all this up here. But I don't want to go too round because it'll cut into this when I hem it, so I think a V-neck will be good. And I've watched some video. I also feel like I did add perhaps a bit more fabric than I actually needed to. But I do think that I like just how much flurrier that makes it, to be fair. I didn't add the darts like I was going to, and I'm glad that I didn't. So I'm gonna try and make sleeves now. I've never done that before.
How lucky I chose to do a voiceover because I was just gonna slam some music on it at one point, I won't lie. But having gotten to the end of like it's not the end of the video. That's the thing. We've got 5 minutes of video left. I just stopped addressing the camera at any point. So lucky that we thought to do this. So my next thing of the evening after watching stuff for the Discord was to try and make a sleeve pattern. I watched like 4 videos and it still just did not make sense in my head. So to be completely honest with you, don't really know what the fuck I did here, but it worked. This is what I finished with. I had my sleeves attached, nothing's hemmed, but that I finished my evening with a dress. I did sit and tell you about it in this video, but the sound quality is horrendous. I'm not making you listen to it. I also don't know why I filmed vertically. I guess I was just getting tired. But I'm fucking proud of those sleeves. This is the first time I've made a properly wearable item anyway. And to be able to I made those sleeves. I attached those sleeves. They've got a pleat at the top to give them that little bit of extra volume. I'm so fucking proud of those sleeves. I love that they're mismatched. I love this dress. I'm really proud of what I've done with this, to be honest with you. This is where I'm explaining, like, I added all that extra fabric, which I don't think I needed to do. I think honestly I would probably like the fit slightly more had I not added anything extra, because I love the fit of the original dress. It's one of those items that just like skims everything perfectly. But I'm not upset, I'm not mad about it, and quite frankly, I can always go and take it in if I really decide that I care, you know? But I was happy with it at that point, and I'm happy with it now. So that was where I decided to go to bed, knowing that I would have to wake up and hem it all. And hemming is the bit that I don't enjoy, like just finishing the item, like I have my dress. Why do I have to do more? So this is, like I said, this was gonna be a vlog. So this is just your little super quick speed through run of the little morning short that I did the next day. I basically vlogged for like 2 days in a row, and I'm not using most of the footage, which part of me regrets. Part of me is like, I could have used that footage at the start of this video, but I just don't think it would have been that interesting for you. I don't think this part's really all that interesting, but I just really want to put across like how much time this dress took me and how much I still have to go about and do my like actual routine and stuff. Like I really wish that I was one of those people that can get stuck into a project and just hyper focus on that thing. But I cannot hyper focus until I've done the other parts of my routine that need to be done. I didn't mean to make this into like an autism video, but it is one of the things that just really annoys me. Like the whole time I was doing this stuff, I was just like, I could have hemmed a whole sleeve by now if I'd just sat down and started it. But I cannot start it until I've gotten like things in order and things are how they're supposed to be. And I annoy myself. But it's how I live and it's what makes me feel like I'm not about to have a meltdown, quite frankly. Oh, I need to buy bin bags as well. But I did that, and then I sat myself down to continue watching Wild at Heart while I hemmed the sleeves and the bottom of the dress and the neckline. And I didn't in any way expect it to be difficult to hem the neckline. And it was a real fucking struggle because I'm using a bed sheet. So I wanted to double fold it just to make sure that it's like a nice hem and it doesn't unravel or fray or anything. And just making sure that it was still the shape while also doing that, while also just like I've never struggled with a sewing project the way I struggled with specifically just the neckline. Like sewing the sleeves on, hemming the sleeves, all of that was so even like making my own pattern was easy compared to just hemming the neckline. And I did manage it, but I think in future what I would do is probably hem it prior to like sewing the shoulders together, like just hemming it in two separate pieces would probably be easier. But a lot of me doing creative stuff is just trial and error and figuring it out. And I did, as you can see, figure it out. And as difficult as it was, and as much as it isn't perfect, I'm so fucking happy with my work on it. I love the shape of it. I like the way it sits on my body. I yeah, like I could be happier with it, to be honest with you. I would like it to look a little bit less handmade, but it is handmade. Like it just looks the way it is, you know. It's the same as when like a bigger person asks, "Do I look fat in this?" And it's like, "You look beautiful, honey." But I can still tell that you're not skinny. Like you can tell what it is because it is what it is. And that's fine. It's still cool. I wish that I could just use a sewing machine. But you know what? We get things done the way that we get them done. I did what I could. This is the finished product. This is my finished dress. I haven't worn it out yet because I'm a bit scared and it's slightly see-through and I think I need to buy a slip dress. But that's my dress. It's done and I'm happy with it. Goodbye. That's not what I say at the end of videos, is it? Is I don't know if this is still recording. Oh god, I'm starting to panic. Whoever you know, you can find me. You can like and subscribe here. You can find me over on Instagram, TikTok, or Patreon or Blue Sky. And you can also find me on Patreon and Ko-fi. Whoever you are, wherever you are. I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I'll see you again in a couple of days.